At Cleantech Group, we always try to take a forward-looking perspective on the direction of innovation. And to do that, we've developed a mechanism called Grow, Flow, Slow. And it's a very simple instrument that we use to indicate in the grow columns what is going to accelerate, grow, and deploy faster in this coming year than it would have in the previous year. In the flow column, those are going to be the technologies that continue to progress at pace, but with a little bit of nuance. In the slow column are the things that we think are likely to face headwinds in the coming year. When we look at the grow, flow, slow matrix for 2026, we see a few things. We see much of the concentration in the grow ring being in the themes of AI infrastructure, so think baseload power, cooling, but also grid technologies serving that generational demand pull in AI. And then of course in that clean tech and defense nexus. So that's going to be things like critical minerals, like Earth observation, that have the dual use application. Now that creates a more competitive environment. So for 2026, what we are characterizing it as is a quote unquote pressure cooking effect. That grow ring, since so much of the growth will be concentrated in two thematic areas, there's going to be much more competition entering those spaces. In the flow rings are things like batteries that may have stalled a little bit, but where some of the winners are emerging. And we also do see a good deal of the adaptation and resilience technologies there, which are progressing at differing paces depending on which technologies you're looking at. So those are the things we think will progress, but the true winners will start to emerge. Now, in the slow ring this year are things like hydrogen, carbon management, carbon removals, and some things in industrial decarbonization. I would characterize it as saying the things that required a green premium or required some type of extra economic push to get out into market are going to face headwinds this year. So to characterize it really concisely, this pressure cooking effect is that grow ring is very highly concentrated in a few areas, so we'll see more competition. And the flow and slow rings, just given the global macro environment, still very high inflation in some cases, still an uncertain trade environment, that's going to make it harder for some of the technologies in the flow and slow to break out.